Greetings, everybody. We will call this video Chronicles of My Journey, the Aftermath. Um, Today I had my appointment with Dr. Grau, who was the surgical oncologist, and I had my appointment with Dr. Higdon, who is the plastic surgeon. And this was my first meeting with Dr. Grau after everything is said and done after the surgery. This is my second meeting with Dr. Higdon. So Dr. Grau, her role in it was just to come in and check over all of the stitches and all of that stuff. And actually, I looked up on her because I was supposed to meet with her Friday, because I meet with the oncologist, Dr. Park, on Friday. So anyway, but she called me today to talk about my labs, and that was the first video you all saw. So you got two videos today, because the praise report, wherever God blesses you, I believe that's where you're supposed to bless him, and you're supposed to show out and give him his glory. So you guys got two videos for that today. Two videos for the day. When I got to Dr. Grau, she was pleased with how everything looked, and she then had her nurse, Miss Karen, schedule me to go to physical therapy. So physical therapy is for me to be able to regain my range of motion in my arms, because I'm still at a point where I'm not supposed to reach above my head and reach behind my back and all of that. Although I been still doing it a little bit, but I've been vigilant to not overdo it. Like I still gotta put my shirts on. Some things make me have to reach behind or whatever the case may be. But I didn't damage anything, and she seemed happy with what was on the table for her today. And so we got physical therapy scheduled. She and I talked about the labs. So I didn't want to speak on this earlier because I didn't really have a lot of information, but my labs did come back. And per the first video that you saw for today, there is no more cancer to be detected in those areas. So they sent off 1, 2, and 3 lymph nodes on the left and the right, and they both came back, all 6, because that's 1, 2, and 3, 6 all together came back negative, and then the tissue that they removed from my breast came back negative. So for now, thank you, Jesus, I am cancer free. We talked about physical therapy. And again, like I said, it's just doing some exercises to help keep your flexibility. So I got a few things that I have to do day in the morning and at night. So that covers that. So let me talk about the process of what happened today. That was just for Dr. Grau. And then when I got to Dr. Higdon, he came in, he was concerned. So now his major concern was something they call necrosis. And I have put some time into Googling that. And necrosis is when you have maybe a surgery or a cut or something to your skin. And that part of the skin doesn't get enough blood flow back, and it starts to die, so it starts to turn black. So he was worried more about the right breast because it has like a nice little strip that's across it's necrosis, so it's trying to die. And then there's just a really, really, really tiny slither on the other side. Worst case scenario, we have to go back into surgery and cut that part out and re-stretch the tissue to get more space for the boob. And then we'll try the healing process again. But I looked on Google and did some search, and it said to help aid in healing, you just pat it. So like when I lay down at night, I pat it, and I've rubbed it in vitamin E oil. Vitamin E is great for skin, promoting skin development and what am I trying to say? You know how your cells come back. I can't think of the word I want to say there. But anyway, regeneration of your cells. So I use vitamin E oil, and then at night I just pat it. So it did. I do see some improvement. At first I didn't think I did, but I do. But he was okay with that because he's pretty confident that those spaces will begin to attach as the nerves start to heal more, and everything will start to connect and fire up like it's supposed to. So we did address the necrosis. And for now, we're just going to watch it. It kind of looks like a burn right now. Mine kind of looks like a little burn. And I don't know if I can find a picture that's not so grotesque. I might be able to attach a picture. But anyway, if not, just you Google it. You'll see what it can look like. But anyway, so we talked about that. We got that squared away. And then the second piece to the puzzle for today is we took the air, because I didn't speak on this because I didn't know. And y'all know I don't like talking when I don't know. But I have confirmation of everything that I need to say today to explain my journey. The first set of implants that I had, they were air filled. And these are the same implants. Let me be clear. So this is a temporary set that's in here. And inside, after surgery, they just filled them up with air. Today I went in and they took a special needle and they took the air out and filled it with saline. So what I have now is saline. And it doesn't feel any different. Like now, I like the saline better because now it feels like a boob. At first, it just felt like a plastic bag. Like I could tell I was pushing something. I wasn't real sure what was in there. But the implants that are in there has a port, just like the port that I have for chemo. So this is my chemo port, and then I have another port under this Band-Aid. So they found the port with this special magnet thingy. And then the magnet finds the opening. And from the opening, they like dotted it so they'll know where to go. And then they took the needle and stuck it in there. Now, I didn't feel the needle because I don't have any feelings in my boobs yet. Some like part of the top I can feel like up here, but when you start to get like right here, I don't feel it. I don't have any feeling in them. So anyway, they pull the air out. And what's crazy, when they suck the air out, my breast sucked in. Like they deflated like balloons, and then they caved in. That was the creepiest, weirdest mess. It didn't hurt. I mean, I didn't have any pain. I haven't had any pain. Even after the surgery, there was no pain. Little discomfort. And like I said, it felt like I've done 1,000,000 push-ups. My arms are sore. My pecs are real sore. But no pain. No pain. So I've been doing very well with that. And again today, so when they stuck me today, they stuck me in a part where I don't have any sensation. So I didn't feel the needles. But anyway, I just thought that was just so weird that, really what's going on with my body is I'm flat-chested like a boy, and it can actually cave in. That's just nuts. But anyway, she immediately turned around and flipped the switch on the needle, and the needle then started pumping saline into it to blow them back up like balloons. So what I have today is balloons filled with saline. So I will go back in 2 weeks. And we will put another, and they measure your boobs by cc's. I have 2 cc's in my boobs now, each side. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. And then when I go back, he'll put 2 more in there. And the bigger the breast you want, the more cc's, of course, you have to have. And then the more you stretch the skin, etc. I didn't have answers on if he put the implant under the muscle or over the muscle, but today we confirmed his doctor's notes did say that he put the implant on top of my meat, on top of my muscle. So what he did was save the skin. Imagine this, taking a large balloon and putting a slit down it, right? And then you take the bottom half of the balloon and pull it over a ball. And then you take the top half and pull it down on the bottom. So my boobs are not under the muscle. My boobs are kept safe by double layers of skin. So what I have is the skin that was cut under my boob, right? And then he took whatever skin that was left from there. He pulled that skin. He put the implant in, right? He pulled that skin up. And then this skin came down. And then he stapled and stitched. Okay? So my implant is kept safe by those 2 sets of skin. Most people have just the one set of skin, but they put the implant under the muscle. So to cut healing time and reserve some of the pain, he did discuss that would be the option for him to try to do, and he was able to do his option there. So I'm still on antibiotics just to make sure my body heals and doesn't fight against that. Thus far, my body has not fought off a foreign body being in my body, so my body is accepting these things very well, so that's great. This is the first surgery of 2. I hope 2. It might be 3. We'll see. Because this is a temporary implant. Once he pumps them up to the size that I want them to be, then he'll cut a slit. He'll take that out and put in a silicone implant. So then I'll have them more soft and squishy like regular boobs are. And so we won't do that until later on down the road, until everything is like healed and we know everything's going good. I finished my last antibiotic tonight. I think I found out that I'm allergic to the antibiotic because I broke out in hives. Now, Dr. Higdon said he won't call it allergic because he didn't see me break out in hives all over, but I'm almost sure that's what it was. He said he likened it to heat. I get heat, but I get heat in the summertime. I wouldn't get heat in this type of weather. So I don't think it was heat. I really think I'm allergic to whatever antibiotic this is. But I only got 1 pill left, so he said, go ahead and take it. He felt pretty confident that I should go on ahead and finish this little pill here. So I will take it. I don't think, it's not like I'm allergic to, like my throat is closed up or whatever. But it did break me out in hives. I think she called it Bactin. I'm not real for sure. I forget. I think she said Bactra. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway. So we talked about that. So the next thing to do is pump these up. Now I'm satisfied with these. I think I like having smaller breasts and I do bigger ones. But maybe 2 more cc's probably won't kill it. So I'll do the 2 more cc's and we'll see what we have there. I'd rather have, I kept saying, no, we can go on and switch this out now and schedule the surgery. And he's like, no, you want bigger boobs. Like, I think he must be a boob man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really like, no, you want to get the big ones. No, I don't. I've had big ones since I've had them. So I don't need any help in that area. No, I don't want them things. But anyway, so the surgery. Put that on our prayer targets that we have another successful surgery because we have to do the switch. So they're going to take this one out and put the silicone in. And then I have to have another surgery. And I'm really hoping that when they do the switch, they can just go ahead and grab the port. Because I really want that out. But the port usually, it was a separate surgery by itself. I was awake. But it was a separate surgery. So I don't know. See, I still got that cord that starts up here. It's still up there. But anyway, I want that out. And so I'm hoping that once we get another surgery date set for the switch, that while they're in there doing the switch, just go ahead and pull that thing on out. Let's be through. But I don't know. I'll keep you posted. Let's see how that goes. So that takes care of that part. And then, let's see, we talked about physical therapy. I want to make sure I ain't missing. I'm going to push pause so I can think my thoughts through. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts together here. Oh, yeah, I know. So, since we talked about my cancer being hereditary, I will have to go see the surgical oncologist and the plastic surgeon every 6 months for about a year, for the plastic surgeon for about a year. And then Dr. Grau for several years. She didn't go into detail of 2, 3, 4, 5. She said several years. I go back every 6 months to see her. Dr. Park, now I will see him Friday, so I will definitely get some clarification on what he got going on for me. But he had already said I will probably go back every 6 months for 5 years. To keep an eye on my blood work and make sure that there are no cancers that have rebuilt themselves. So we will put that in our prayer targets. Remember, we were praying that the cancer is obliterated and never return. But just as a precautionary measure, I have to go back every 6 months and see my team. And we just going to call them a team because that's what we got. So part of the journey of being a cancer survivor is having to make sure that you stay on top of your blood work and stay on top of all of your health things after this point going forward, because if it does return, your best line of defense is to catch it as soon as it starts to form. So that's the reason why you go back every 6 months. All right. Let me think. What else is it? I think that's all I got. Remember our prayer targets. My birthday is coming, May the 9th. Please, sirs, please, ma'ams, go check on yourself. Go get your mammograms, your prostate checked. Go. That's the best present I could ever ask for, is that you are taking care of yourself. This personal crusade of mine, I am so thankful to God that he trusts me with trouble. And I thank God that I can trust him to take care of it. So the things that I learned through this process, that I've shared with you all, I try to be as open and honest as I could, because it is a chronicle. It is an explanation of the things that Tish had to endure or has to go through or has to learn to live with. And I shared that information because I really want you to know that it can happen to anybody. I really want you to go and take care of yourself and be aware of your health. And so that's the purpose of the Chronicles. And I started those as a way of getting information out to my friends, because it's super hard to tell the same story 17 times a day. Like, it's to a point now if people even ask me about what's going on, I refer them to the videos, because I just don't have time to continue to say the same thing over and over again. And so that's how Chronicle of My Journey got started, because it would go from one phone call and I'd explain it to that friend and we'd cry and we'd talk about it. Then another friend would call and then we would cry and we'd talk about it. And that became emotionally over the top for me. And so in order to give everybody the information, anybody who cares, I don't have anything to hide. I'm in this support group. Let me say this. I'm in this support group. And this guy put up a post that he was ashamed pretty much of having cancer. And I that threw me for a loop. And I think he was upset. And part of his upsetness was that somebody told his family before he got a chance to. So that's why you got to be careful with what you're posting on social media, because he deserved the right to tell his family at his own discretion. But with that being said, he spoke as if he were embarrassed or ashamed of having cancer. And, I'll say to that, all the stupid things I've done on my own, I might be ashamed of, that I might, not want to tell the whole world about. But when God gives you a journey that is legit, like you ain't just wilding out and accidentally caught the cooties. Like, you got the cooties because that's a God-given thing. Like, it's gonna happen to a bunch of people. There's nothing to be ashamed of. So when I do my chronicles of my journey, I try to be as open and honest. I ask people, do they have questions? Because it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. And if you ever have to walk this journey, if you ever have to walk it with somebody, you'll have some idea of what you're going through. It's very scary not to know. That waiting part will eat your soul alive. And as much as you try to be strong, it's scary. And there were times, and sometimes I think I maybe did 1 or 2 videos where I had gotten overly emotional, I guess you could say. But there are just times where crying is all you can do, And so this journey is not an easy feat. So I made the videos to offer encouragement, to offer education, and to encourage you to go and see about yourself. Take care of your health. Don't get yourself in a place of thinking it can't happen to me. I could have paid a hell of a price for thinking that. Had I not got up and went to see about myself, that could have went a whole different way. So go take care of yourself. Go see about it. Go check on yourself. You paying into an insurance program and ain't even using it. Go use it. Don't waste your money. Get your money's worth out of it. I know one thing. This year, child, I know that insurance company can't stand me, Jack, because I went to every doctor's appointment. I didn't miss not now one of them, honey. And got to go for the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Child, I got my money's worth. I got you, baby. I done paid into this program for 10 years and ain't barely had a cold. Get my money out of there, baby. Hey, cha-ching, swipe that debit card and pay for these doggone medical bills, people. Shoot. But anyway, I think that's all I got. I've said enough. I thank you all for your support. Thank you to all my friends and family for calls and texts. Stop calling me now. Listen, I think I'm going to hang in there a little while longer. I think I'm fine. And I know how to ask for help when I need it. But y'all calling me 10 times a day is about to drive me nuts. That's why I'm not answering y'all. I love you. But don't call me like that. I don't even like talking on the phone. But I love y'all. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you to those who have been obedient to the prayer targets for me on behalf of my son and myself. We say thank you so very much. Please add those new targets. The switch surgery will be successful. Please add that to our prayer targets. Those of you that have fasted and prayed and wrote in your journals and your prayer books, thank you. Those things mean more than anything money could buy. I'm so happy that the journey is going the way that it is. And we're just going to stay prayerful and watchful. And we're going to go on with life as best we can. David said it was good that I was afflicted. And I understand that verse because he forever had a limp because he had to wrestle with God. And, Dr. Higdon was like, well, Miss Lindsay, I can give you some real nice perky ones, but I won't be able to get rid of that scar. That's such a beautiful scar. This port scar is so beautiful to me. Because I'm alive to tell what that scar is. B, it's a constant reminder that I wrestle with God and he gave me favor. Come on, David. And C, if I wear my little low-cut shirt and somebody say, what is that? I can ask them, have you had a mammogram yet? And that goes the conversation about health and healing. That goes the conversation about taking care of yourself. So you know what, Dr. Higdon? I love this little scar right here, and I love my port scar. I'm still alive to talk about them. God is good. If you didn't shout for me today, child, you can shout right there because God is good. I forgot I got that clapper. Listen, y'all done got this stupid little clapper. Child, I could be here watching TV and I could clap my hands and it'll cut on and cut off. See that? And it's Darth Vader, so it talks. It's real creepy, but I love it. It's so great to walk in the room and clap your hands and turn your lights on. That's about the laziest, best gift laziest, best present ever made. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Have a wonderful and blessed night. Please, sir and ma'ams, go get your mammograms. Go check on yourself. Get your prostate looked at. And they got easy ways to do it now, so y'all go check on yourself. My birthday is coming, May the 9th. I want y'all to inbox me the date of your appointments. Go ahead and make your appointments. Go ahead and see about yourself. Go to the dentist. Oh gosh, I called Dr. Talbert. And honey, we got to get these teeth on in there now that I'm through with chemo. They can go and put my doggone teeth on in. Thank you, Jesus. Look at God. Anyway, we got that lined up next. So with that, we'll move on to the teeth. You get one thing fixed, you got to go fix everything else. I love you. Bye.